What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Trey Smith Perspective. This is episode 107. As always, I am your host. Apologies if I sound a little bit lazily this week. A little bit congested, fighting off a sinus infection, but we'll be fine nevertheless. Much to get into this week. As always, we got a little NFL rundown. We got our Week 11, some headlines from Week 11, The Chiefs finally lost. H.E.R. is back in the starting spot, played well. Steelers versus Ravens, of course, we'll touch on. Then we'll get into our Week 12 picks. First things first, though. Promotional jargon, of course. Like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, all that lovely shit. Smith Trey 7 on all the social media platforms. Do it up, like it up, share it up, follow it up. Do it. Notification bell, all of it. As always, much admiration, much adoration to anyone tuning in, allowing us to pierce your ear holes on this lovely Tuesday. We are actually recording this before Tuesday. The last couple pods we've been recording on the day of release. This one we're going to be a little bit behind. So when we're making our NFL picks, we're not going to have Monday Night Football in there. So that Texans-Cowboys game, the winner of that, still undecided, but probably going to be the Texans. We'll see if that comes true. Before that, though, we can touch on the Tyson V. Paul fight, the event that took over the world. It was actually we were all poo-pooing it before the event. Like, yeah, Tyson v. Paul, Tyson should knock him out, whatever, blah, blah. But when it came time for the fight, like, everyone was like, yo, you watching the fight tonight? Yeah, I'm watching the fight tonight. Yeah, we're going home to watch the fight tonight. Everybody's watching the fight tonight. So it was a good event, a couple good fights. The first two fights I really didn't get to see. I was at work when those came on. The only two fights I really got to see, which the only two fights really worth seeing, Katie Taylor versus Amanda Nunes, which was a phenomenal fight, and then Tyson versus Paul itself, which was, of course, what it was. Yeah, I, like everybody else, drank the Kool-Aid. I got into it. We all knew Tyson wasn't, even if Tyson wasn't tired as fuck at 60 years old at midnight, he wasn't going to knock Jake Paul out. Like, it's Jake Paul's event. It's all orchestrated by the Pauls. Everything the Pauls do is orchestrated. Like, if that contract shit, if all the stipulations I saw, if those are all true, where it would, if Mike would have knocked him out in the first two rounds, he would have virtually got no money. If any of that's true, there was about 6 bullet points that Mike had to follow. Mike had to last through the whole fight to basically get all the money that was owed to him. It was very directed, but also at times Mike looked very 60 years old. So it was still a good event overall. I'm happy everybody involved made money, I guess, but the Pauls are still insufferable. I mean, that's not going to change. Logan and Jake Paul, two of the most insufferable human beings on the planet. Hopefully he actually takes a fight with somebody that's not, like, retired or, like, not a boxer. Everyone he's fought has either been well past their prime or wasn't a boxer. So hopefully he finally, like, mans up and takes an actual challenge and doesn't, like, work the rules behind the scenes to make it so that he fucking wins regardless. Like, let's actually see what you're made of here. All right, you've made enough money. Let's see what you're actually made of. If you're going to continue to fucking force me to watch you, at least fight someone of relevance that's in their prime right now. Excuse me. But yeah, the fight, like, if you stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning like me and had to get up at 5 in the morning for work the next day, you were a little bit tight when round 3 and 4 of that fight came around and Mike's legs turned into jello. And he'd only really throw about 2-3 good punches, and would only throw about 2-3 more good punches for the whole rest of the 5-6 rounds. That was not very ideal there. But I mean, realistically, in this whole event, got your money's worth in the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Nunes fight. You got a dope fight. You got some messy pettiness afterwards on the mic by her trainer. How about a rematch? We will take a rematch if we get an official that actually knows what they're doing. And like, yo, talk your shit. Katie Taylor's a beautiful person, but she fights dirty. She cheated. She dirty. She cheated. She dirty. She cheated. Man, they went. they just went on and on. Yeah, she's a good person. She's a good person, but she be fighting dirty. She be fighting dirty. Check her history. She fights dirty. Everybody gets cut up. Wink, wink. Everybody be bleeding. Wink, wink. When they fight Katie Taylor. Like, all right, you lost. Take it on the chin, or in this case, take it above the eye, and about a 3-inch gash. That fucking gash was huge. And to Katie's credit, listen, is the headbutting in boxing a little dirty? Maybe. But she was smooth with it, bro. Getting in just... I don't know if it's calculated or if it's just like a backup plan. You feel me? Like if she throws a jab and misses, if she just plans on being close quarters, where if that jab don't connect, she can hit him with a little, here's the platinum eyebrow for you. You know what I mean? Here's the titanium fucking temple. Here's the titanium temple drive right in your fucking, right in the fucking top of your eyeball. I don't know if it's planned or if it's just like, that didn't connect and right there. Or if it's like, all right, I'm going to make you think the whole plan, this punch isn't nothing. The whole plan is to hit you with the temple driver. Pow! Knock you right the fuck out. Split you open. But that was a phenomenal fight. That was fun to watch. Again, the event as a whole was fun. I can't remember who the fucking first 4 participants were to save my life right now. I couldn't. Could I look it up? Yeah, but I'm not gonna. Why? Because my throat hurts and I want to blow my nose, and we're just gonna keep pushing through this fucker. NFL Week 11 headlines. By the way, before I move on, if you put any money on the Tyson Paul fight, you're an idiot. All right? That's got to be said. You're an idiot. Especially if you put it on Mike. Come on now, son. You're stupid. I know I said we all drank the punch, but I didn't drink it enough to fucking put my credit card down. Get the fuck out of here. Which, by the way, had to cancel my credit card this morning. It's some bullshit. I wake up, I get a $1 purchase and then a $1 withdrawal. Well, it's like they put $1 in and then took $1 out. But it's some weird link that I don't recognize. Like some fucking PY fucking some odd info. What did it say? It was like fine something. It was like fine bill charge something. I can't even remember what it said. It made it seem like it was like a surplus charge on something. But I was like, ain't nothing to surplus. I haven't bought nothing on my credit card in a few days. Make the call. Capital One tells me, it's in Barcelona. Well, I'm not in Barcelona. I'm outside Pittsburgh, PA. Okay? You're going to need to make that change. Oh, well, have you been shopping on your phone in the last few hours? No, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up. I've been asleep for the last fucking 7 hours. Oh, okay. Then, yeah, this is fraud. We're going to have to make this fraudulent charge. Oh, thank you. So fuck off, whoever's in Barcelona trying to get jiggy. Anyway, moving on. All right, what do we got? Some takeaways from NFL Week 11. The Steelers-Ravens game. Another classic Steelers-Ravens brawl. Field goals galore, missed field goals, sacks, turnovers, ugly plays, scraps after the play, flags being thrown, what have you. It was all there. It was beautiful to see. And it was wonderful to get the win off 6 fucking Boswell field goals. I should be more pissed about that. I should be a little bit more panicked about that. But it's happened so many times. I think it's the second time this year we've won off 6 Boz field goals alone. Like we've done it in a playoff game. Like Boz is so cool, calm, and collected. And coming off the heels of watching the Boz interview on the Footballin' with Ben Roethlisberger pod before the game, where Boz basically said that he just blacks out when he goes out there and kicks. He's like, I don't think about nothing, dude. Like, I barely watch the game. Like, they tell me I'm going out there to kick, and I even if it's not, like, if we have a new holder, I just tell him just get the fucking ball down, dude. Because I just black out and I just kick it. You know what I mean? Like, even if you can't spin it, fuck it. Just put it down. I'm going to kick it. Like, he's just so even and steady that it's like, dude, this guy could kick a ball 55 yards through a sandstorm right through the uprights, and I'd have no, like, he could do it 10 out of 10 times, probably. I have no fucking qualms. Justin Tucker, having a down year. I'm not trying to say his career's over yet, but he missed 2 yesterday. Boz buried 6 with no worries. Like, come on now. It's time to start giving the boys credit about who's the best in the league. I'm just saying. I thought Russ played well. I thought George Pickens played really well. I thought they did a good job moving him around, switching up his style of play kind of for the game, running him on a lot of short, quick routes. And I thought that was a good adjustment for the offense as a whole. The Ravens were not giving up really anything deep. We hit 1 or 2 big shots downfield. The one where Russ put it like right in the basket was fucking chef's kiss, gorgeous. But overall, it was a better offensive performance in the second half than it was in the first half. The defense was just lights out all fucking day. From the first fucking whistle, they were on it. First drive of the fucking game, Baby Herbig, first game back from injury, forces the first fumble Derrick Henry's had in like 3 years. Like, we were just all over them. We stayed in Lamar's face. We kept these guys blanketed down the field. Helped that there was a drop here or there. That always seems to happen when the Ravens are playing us, but they made some plays. We bend, didn't break. We forced turnovers. It was a beautiful, beautiful game. Not a big fan of the interception that Russ threw. Obviously, because of the interception, and even if we had a field goal there, we go up by 2 scores, and that interception there basically kept it a game through the whole fucking thing. Field goal there even would have iced it, considering the Ravens only got another touchdown after that. Real reason I'm mad is because you threw it to Marlon Humphrey, and we're going to have to hear about it had they won, we would have had to hear about that shit on his podcast. Oh, that would have drove me insane. Thankfully, they had a horrible play call on the 2-point conversions. Ravens, to their credit, had a phenomenal drive there. When it was 18-10, they drove down the field with a minute and some change left and scored a motherfucking touchdown. That was a phenomenal drive. The 2-point conversion, couldn't tell you what that was. Still waiting to hear a little update about that. Something might have come out that I haven't heard yet, but it seems like someone did something wrong on that play. Like, that wasn't supposed to go down that way. Lamar had a little fucking fake option. Derrick Henry, you need 2 yards for a 2-point conversion. Derrick Henry not on the field. Don't get cute. In games like that, don't get cute. Like, a Steelers-Ravens is not a game to get cute. Just run the QB option with Lamar or run it straight up or do a quick pass. Seems like someone did something wrong, though, in that little, option-type rollout pass that they had drawn up. Nevertheless, doesn't work. So you think, all right, it's over. Steelers are going to get it, potentially done. No. Ravens still have 3 timeouts, and we're the Steelers. So we're going to make you sweat it out every fucking second of the game. So they bring in Justin Fields on a 2nd and 10, roughly, 2nd and 9-ish, and he runs a fake option, end around, takes it for about 10 yards, slides short of the sticks, though. Slides about a yard short of the sticks, gets up, waves first down. I'm like, oh, this is the most Steelers shit ever. We're not gonna get the fucking first down here, I swear. Which now I think they did that 2 or 3 times with Justin. Kind of liked it. I liked it in these divisional games. Don't do it all the time. In these divisional games where it's kind of like a tendency breaker, oh, I like it. I think they did it once in the red zone, and then they did it for that 2nd down. I really like that. Then I think they lined up on the 3rd down, ran it with Najee. I think we got it. End it there. Boom. Clap. The sound of my heart. The beat goes on and on to Don Don. That's a W. But beautiful Ravens-Steelers game, 18-16. We are 8-1 against them in the last 9 games, I believe. That is fucking phenomenal. Shout out Coach T. Shout out all the players. Shout out everybody. That was a wonderful game to watch. And then shout out Josh Allen for beating Patrick Mahomes. And then here comes my dessert. I have a little bit of humble pie to eat. A little bit, all right? Let's not get ridiculous. Because I'm not walking back everything I've said. Like a lot of these pundits on fucking TV who get paid a lot, who get paid in general to talk this shit. Anthony Richardson got the start today for Joe Flacco. Played 20 of 30. Played well through 20 of 30, 272 yards, 1 touchdown, no pick. Beat the Jets 28-27. Played very well. Now, here's where I'm going to kind of defend. I've been very critical of Anthony Richardson the last several weeks since the tap-out thing. I've been very critical, and I'm one of the only ones out here that hasn't walked it back completely. Did Anthony Richardson play well? Yes. Do I think he would have played well in this game regardless had he never gotten benched? Yes. Why? Jets fucking stink. Who did the Colts play the last 2 weeks? The Vikings and the Bills. 2 very, very good football teams. So I think that the Colts are a team that is full of insecurity. I don't know who's calling the shots. Nobody knows what they want over there. Listen, I think Anthony Richardson could have played the last 2 games and you probably get the same result that you got. So it's like if you're going to just throw him back in, you got to stay with him. Don't pull him back out. Don't fucking pull him back out. Keep his fucking ass in there, high or low. If he taps out again, you keep his fucking ass in there because this can't continue. This volleying back and forth can't continue. Have some faith in the system. Did Joe play like shit last week? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely played like shit. But what does throwing Richardson back in? Like, yes, you got the win, but the Jets are bad. Like, I'd argue Joe would give me these same numbers against this team. Anthony Richardson made some plays with his legs. Yes, he did. But, like, you can kind of make stats and numbers dance to however you want them to dance. Like, let's look at the matchups. The Colts would have got put in a blender the last 2 weeks regardless of who they were playing. or regardless of who was playing quarterback, excuse me. Against the Vikings and the Bills, they would have got chopped up like fucking sashimi salad. I don't even know if that's a thing. They would have got chopped up like that regardless of whoever was playing quarterback. So this thought that, he should have been playing all along, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And I'm not buying all the excuse making that's being made for the tap out. That was still bullshit. I am never going to not say that that's bullshit, because that's bullshit. Especially when after I said that, I didn't even know this when I said that shit. When I came back and I was watching 4th and 1, shout out Cam Newton, and I see that he plays the clip of the offseason, I believe it was Jeff Teague's podcast, where he said, I think the pros is easier than the college for real. Then why are you tapping out? Then why? All right, I'm not getting into the whole conversation again, but you see my point. You see my point. Shout out to Anthony Richardson. I hope he continues to grow, prosper, and play well, but I think they need to gut the office portion of this organization, start from the top down to the players, stop at the players, rework everything else. Get from Steichen on down. You got to start all the way fresh. Unless Steichen and A-Rich have a really good relationship and you think you can maybe build upon some of the foundations that Steichen has laid, because I think Steichen as a whole could be a great coach for Richardson. But it seems like everything around him stinks. So, my throat hurts. As mentioned before, let's get into these Week 12 picks, and let's get out of here so I can suck on some lozenges. Week 12, Thursday Night Football, we kick it off. We head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I know we're 8-2. I know the Browns are 2-8. I know the Browns kind of stink, but this is still the Browns. This is still the AFC North. This is still divisional football. This one might still be tight, but of course I'm picking the Steelers. Chiefs, Panthers. Give me the Panthers. Yeah, that's right. I said the Panthers. I think the Chiefs might get exposed a little bit, going a little bit of a slide. Give me Dallas, Washington, or give me rather Washington over Dallas, pardon me. Minnesota, Chicago. Minnesota 8-2, Chicago 4-6. They lost a heartbreaker against Green Bay. They're another team that I just don't think the media in the city of Chicago is not having enough patience for. You got a relatively new coaching staff-ish. They've only been there for a year. And then you have a rookie in Caleb Williams, and you got young pieces who've been brought in from all other places. You got fucking DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. You got all these pieces brought in from other places. You need time to harbor the talent, build the chemistry, particularly in the young guys. So I feel bad for everybody in Chicago, but I'm picking Minnesota. Tennessee, Houston. Give me Houston. That was for Tennessee. Detroit, Indianapolis. Give me Detroit. New England, Miami. Miami got a big win last week. Tua looks good. Again, when Tua's playing, Miami has all their stars out there. Miami looks good, but I've mentioned on here before. Miami, very top-heavy team. Like to say Tyreek and Jalen go down, Tua don't got no one to throw to. I don't think Tua's having those numbers. You know what I mean? Tua goes down, we've seen what happens. So give me Miami, but they make me nervous. Tampa, New York. Give me Tampa. Tampa needs to bounce back here. Not sure what has caused this down spiral, but they need to kind of figure it out. They do have no wide receivers. That could be a problem. That could be the problem. Denver, Vegas. Give me Denver. I've mentioned before that I like Bo Nix. I like the Broncos. I like the way they play. I like the way they scrape out wins. They didn't scrape out a win last week. They beat the dog shit out of the Falcons. But my point beside, I still really like Bo Nix and the Broncos. So give me the Broncos there. Green Bay, San Fran. I don't really like San Fran this season. I'm picking Green Bay here. I'm going to go with the Packers. I almost said Falcons. Cardinals at Seattle. Sorry, I'm just getting a little bit ahead of myself here. Give me Seattle. They got a big win last week over San Fran. Arizona has been consistent this year. I think this will be a better game than people will think it would be. I think this 4:25 game on Fox could potentially be one of the better games of the day. Then we got Sunday Night Football, Eagles-Rams. Give me the Eagles. I just think they're, again, I said last week they might pound for pound be the best team in the league. Other than the Lions, I still think the Lions are the best team in the league, but the Eagles are right up there. Ravens, Chargers, give me the Ravens. I think they bounced back big on Monday night, but the Chargers have won 4 straight. They've sipped all of Harbaugh's Kool-Aid, and they are completely bought in. He's got Herbert playing fantastic. I really like the Chargers, but I'm picking the Ravens here to bounce back. And those are my Week 12 picks. We're going to get out of here. Again, sorry if I sound like shit. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. Kind of pressing a little bit to get this out. Because, again, not feeling the best. But apologies if I sound like garbage. And we will be back next week to cover the week that was and the weeks that will be. This is the Trey Smith Perspective. Ta-ta.